So here's just a single English card that we use for pop-open cards. This one just happens to have a picture of a little lake and a boat on it. So the good way to use these cards, just to give you some ideas. What I do with these cards is I give them to people I meet during the day. And a lot of people do that. Let's say we're going to the bank to make a deposit, so I'll give it to the bank teller. Or in my state, you have to have someone fill up your gas tank with gas, so I'll give it to the person that's filling up my gas tank. Or if I'm going to a meeting that I know people in the meeting, I'll give them a card. And oftentimes we'll take a group of cards like maybe, let's see, we'll give you an example. Maybe we'll do something like this, we'll spread them out, we'll say, hey, take one. And we get to where people look forward to these. I've had bank tellers, for instance, will put them on the wall next to where they're working, and I'll go back and they'll show them all to me. Or I've had other people say, I carry that in my wallet or whatever. But they love to get these cards. Another good way to do it is with bills. I know there's a bill that I send out every month, and I found out from someone who works for that company that the person who opens it are putting them on her wall and sharing them with the other employees. So there's a lot of ways to use these cards. And what's amazing is when they open the card, and it's sealed, so you don't know what's in it ahead of time. Don't open them ahead of time. Let them open it. But you can trust that when God hands out that card, they're going to get the right one. So here's one that I'm just opening now. It says, Jesus went throughout all Galilee, healing every disease and sickness among the people. That's from Matthew 4:23. Jesus is still in the healing business today. He wants to heal me. And I might be getting that card right at a time when I need some healing. Maybe I need some physical healing. Maybe I need some mental healing. Maybe I need some spiritual healing. And that will speak to me, and I'll get the one that God wants me to have. So it becomes a door opener. So maybe you open that and you give it to somebody and they say, wait a minute, how did you know I was sick? Well, I didn't know you were sick. Or how did you know I was struggling? Well, I didn't. So what are you going through? So then we can talk about it. And sometimes it ends up with me praying with people. It ends up with some of our team building relationships, and then every time they see that person afterwards, a door's been opened, and then they can talk on some deeper levels. These are amazing little cards to create conversations. Let me just tell you a couple of quick stories. When we were first using these cards years ago, my wife was in a department store, and she happened to overhear a young clerk being chewed out by her supervisor. And it was obvious it really affected her, and she was upset. So my wife, when she was buying a product, she was writing a check, and she just gave the girl that was working one of these cards, says, I bet you're having a hard day. I just want to know that we care, and maybe this will be helpful. So she went home. About an hour later, the girl called my wife from the check, found her, tracked down her phone number, and said, you don't know what you did, but I have been away from home. My parents have been praying that I would come home. I've been living with a boyfriend. They didn't want me to be with that boyfriend. Life just wasn't good. I just got chewed out at work. And when you gave me that card and I popped it open, it talked about going home and about that God has a plan for my life. And she says, I called my parents. They said they've been praying for me. I'm going on the next flight down to go back home. All because of one little card that got her reestablished with her parents. And I could tell you story after story after story about how that works. Recently I was in Mexico, and we gave a card to a young lady. And she opened up, she says, oh my goodness, this is the answer. And we said, what? What does it say? She says, I have been married for 10 years. And I had an ex-boyfriend contact me and wanted to get together. And I've been struggling with whether I should or shouldn't. You know, am I happy, am I not happy? And she said, that little card, and I still don't even know what it said, that little card gave me the answer to stay with my husband. And that's what I'm going to do. And I thought, wow, one little card, given at the right time, helped that lady stay in her marriage and not make a drastic mistake. Who knows what you're going to do with one card, or 100 cards, or 50 cards. We never know the seeds that we're planting and how the changes can happen over just one card. I hope you get some and have some fun with it.
I had an ex-boyfriend. He's looking for me, and I don't want nothing with him. October 6th is my 10th anniversary with my husband, and I'm happy that way. But thank you so much for this.